I want to take a moment to talk about why glass is actually not a solid. Glass is actually a liquid. So we first have to talk about what the definition is between a liquid and a solid. So if we look at a solid is like a well-built picket fence. All of our elements are equal distance apart from each other, and they all have a repeating pattern. Right? So everything is the same, right? All throughout. When you have that everything being equal distance apart from each other, this makes us very rigid and non-mobile, and that's what makes it solid. When we look at a liquid on the other hand, nothing is equal distance from each other. We have bonds here, but they're not rigid, so that allows for mobility, and that's what makes it a liquid. So let's talk about very quickly how glass is formed. So let's talk for a second if you've ever seen a glass blower. Let's say you've seen somebody make, right, a vase, right, for flowers. Well, how would you make this vase? Right, well, they take their pipe and they put the piece of glass on it and they blow it and they shape it until they get the shape that they want, right? But it's hot. So how do they get it to cool down? Well, they put it into a bucket of water. And by putting it into the bucket of water, right, that cools the vase down instantly. So what it does is it freezes the atoms in place. And by freezing them in place, they don't get the time to set up that rigid, solid framework. So glass, because of that, glass is technically a liquid. It is not a solid. And if you've ever looked at old windows in a house, you might notice that those windows look wavy. That's because the glass is slowly flowing downwards. So there again, showing you that our glass is actually a liquid.